Welcome back to We're Not Really Here. Never in doubt, right? Manchester City, 2 goals to Everton, 0, making our way through into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. I'm joined by Paul Dickov and Richard Dunne to dissect that 90 minutes. Paul, we thought it was going to be 120 minutes and penalties, but Manchester City, last 6-7 minutes of the game, just put a stop to that.
Yeah, they did. I would rather dissect the last 10 minutes than the 80 minutes before it, if I'm being honest. But look, we knew how stubborn Everton were going to be. They wanted to make the game ugly, which they did. But we also said, and fantastic pundits, me and Wnrh, that Everton would tire towards the end of the game. As much as they were defending really well, the possession, Manchester City kept moving them around the pitch, and we're waiting for that moment. And Kevin De Bruyne comes on, involved in the first goal. The first time a Man City player really outside the box really drove at anybody would have got the foul. Then Laporte, fantastic strike. Ilkay's there again, and then De Bruyne scoring. So yeah, fantastic result.
It was indeed. We did think that this was playing into Everton's hands. Yes, they did look tired, Richard, but the first 80 minutes, you thought, oh, this could go Everton's way. They could create a moment of magic. They could be playing for extra time and penalties as well. But Manchester City put a stop to that with bringing Kevin De Bruyne on. I mean, game changer or what?
Yeah, that's the magic of the squad that City have. You look at it, and we spoke before the game at half time about the 9 players on the bench. They can all come on, they can all make a difference, and when you're just looking for that little bit of inventiveness or whatever to look around, and we got Kevin on the bench, you just bring him on, and it took him 10 minutes to work out the Everton side, and he created one, scored one, and yeah, the dream goes on.
It does indeed. 4 competitions we're still in, but 74% possession. I mean, this team, they are so intense every single game, and the results, we're getting them.
No, they're relentless in everything that they do. Even at 0-0, we're sitting here and we're thinking, is it going to be extra time? But you get the feeling that them as a team and as a squad, they're just waiting for that moment. They're ruthless in their thought about what they're going to do, and Dunne said there, and you've got De Bruyne and Riyad Mahrez made a difference when they come on as well. If you can't quite unlock an opposition defence, to have the confidence when you're on the pitch, knowing that you've got these players that can come on and make that difference, is great. But it's a phenomenal achievement already. I know people say they've not won anything, but I'm just saying before we came back on, 14 points clear, FA Cup semi-final, Carabao Cup final, Champions League quarter-final. And everybody's fit and flying, so it's just great to watch.
There's 2 parts to this next question. When you were playing, how difficult was it to not get frustrated when it gets to those last 10 minutes in a game when it's 0-0?
I used to get frustrated in the first minute, so you're probably asking the wrong person there. No, joking apart, I was never really in a team that teams would come out and defend against. It was usually the other way around. But you can tell, I think previous seasons, we have looked frustrated when teams have done this, and we have really struggled to break teams down. But this season, and it doesn't matter whether it's the reliance on the Aguero goals or Jesus or that number 9 we've got, but the goals are coming from all over. Gundogan again tonight, fantastic. De Bruyne, whether it's Foden, talking about Mahrez, everybody's chipping in with goals, and we're not relying on just 1 or 2 players for us to go and break that deadlock. There's 6 or 7 there.
Now, the second part to the question is then, for this Manchester City team, they don't look frustrated at all. What's changed, do you think, Richard, within them?
There seems to be a calmness about them. I think the manager spoke a couple of months ago about them slowing everything down, walking and passing the ball instead of making quick decisions and rushing things. Just slow everything down, and it's worked for them. So when it works for you and you win, 20 games in a row or something like that, and then they've had that defeat and then just gone on another winning run because they know it works. So there's no stress then. If something works for you and you just keep doing it, it'll happen again and again and again. And you'd watch Everton playing and you would look at it and say, you're just booting the ball up. They don't get a second to look up and find the pass. They just have to clear it because there's so many people pressing them, and the confidence going throughout the whole team just lends you to believe that eventually the goal will come, and I think that's where the patience rests.
Do you think it is Pep who's instilled this mentality in the players? If you look back at the beginning of the season, everyone was talking about this blip. We got beat by Tottenham 2-0 and everyone's panicking because we're 7th, 8th. Look at us now, Paul.
Yeah, Pep's got to take the credit, and I think if you look back to the start of the season, you see the interviews with Pep and you see the interviews with some of the players, I think they knew that they just had to get through the first 3 months before they started hitting 3-4 months before they started hitting their strides. And people were talking about this massive blip at the start of the season. We'd only lost 2 games.
Yeah.
And a lot of the games some of the games that we'd drawn, the only thing that was missing was putting the ball in the back of the net. But we're dominating teams for 45 minutes, first 20 minutes of games. I think the Leeds game always pops out in my head, and the Leicester game here. We should have been 3 or 4 up. If we get that early goal, as we're shown against teams, or late goals, we're so hard to break down. So I think for everybody, the start of the season was going to be difficult, but I think Pep's trusted the squad and his players that the longer the seasons went on, he should full confidence in them.
He has, and having the ability to bring on Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, as we said, and Rodrigo as well. Let's talk about Riyad. I mean, he has the skill and the ability to come on. Electric feet right there. He was very tricky as soon as he came on, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he tries to run defenders back into the box where they don't want to be, so he gives that threat straight away. And the form that he's in, I think everyone wants to give him the ball because they believe he can make something happen. And I think when you're defending for so long and someone like him comes on and you're already knackered, and then you've got to concentrate more and try and work it out, it just becomes more difficult. And City have the beauty of being able to bring players on that can take advantage when you are probably starting to fatigue in games.
So then when you're looking at the rest of the subs, the ones that weren't even used, I mean, you got Ferran Torres, Sergio Aguero, like you said before, the rest of the team, everyone seems to be fit.
They do, and not just fit, but flying and confident, and they've got the belief that they're going to go on and win games. I didn't, from the players' point of view, I didn't doubt them once that they were going to go on and win the game. Well, maybe I did as we were sitting watching here because we didn't want extra time, but you just get the feeling that they've got that much trust and belief. And as Dunne said there, it's one thing having players like Mahrez and Foden and De Bruyne on the pitch, but it's giving them the balls at the right time and getting them to do it. When people are on form, how often do you say you don't give them the ball enough? The players know that. They look, and they're so clever that within that team, that the one that's going to make a difference, they don't just give them the ball once or twice. Every time they get it, they want to give them it because they know that they're going to win them the game.
Now, on so many different occasions, one man has stepped up to get those goals when we've needed him. Mr. Whippy, a.k.a. Ilkay Gundogan. He's chatting and sharing his thoughts post-match.
Ilkay, congratulations. We had to work hard for the win there, so how impressed are you with the way the lads stuck at it this evening?
Yeah, today was a bit kind of a different game. I think it was a knockout game at the end, so it was either semis or out. And that's exactly how Everton played. I think they defended really well, really aggressive, with a lot of intensity, and we just need to be ready. We needed to be ready to defend, but also to try to create as good as possible, which we may struggled with a little bit. But it was always about staying in the game, being focused and waiting patiently for your chance. And I think we did really well. These kind of games, I think, will expect us as well in the semi-final now, or in the next round in the Champions League. It's a different kind of game compared to the Premier League, and it was a big test, and we're happy that we were able to win this game.
And it's another goal for you. What do you put your scoring form down to this season? You always seem to be in the right place.
I just try to take care of myself as good as possible, to train well, to stay in the rhythm, and obviously we play an incredible football. We play a great system that fits me well. We have great players that obviously I profit from as well. So I just try to put in the hard work as everyone else does. And being in the right spaces in the right time, like it was today, trying to smell for the rebound, and sometimes it turns out well, sometimes maybe not, but it's about doing these kind of things consistently, and I think that's what I did quite well in the last few months. But there's still a long way to go in the season, and still great stuff to achieve. So obviously it's not about leaning back now. It's about staying in that shape, staying in the momentum, and try to go on.
And Kevin came off the bench to score. It feels like everyone is contributing this season. How important has the collective squad effort been to get us to this point?
Yeah, it's very important. We know that we have players on the bench every single game that can possibly make the difference if we need it. So today was maybe also this kind of game. When I scored, he had a great dribbling, and then Aymer was able to shoot. He scored the second one. So it's I think in the biggest teams they also win like that. Having players on the bench, contributing, in important moments, and that's what you need when you want to win. And we are happy, obviously, to have a great squad, to have a deep squad, and it's just about continue like that.
It's another semi-final. What does it say about this squad that we're still fighting in all competitions at this stage of the season?
That we are just not physically ready to compete. We're also mentally ready, especially with the crazy season that we are having this year. It's obviously even more difficult to be in the position that we are right now. But we shouldn't remember ourselves that much of what we've did in the past few months, because everyone is going to international break right now, so hopefully everyone can come back safe and healthy. And then the most crucial period of the season starts, where you can win a lot, where you can also lose a lot. So it's about being ready for that period, and try to stay focused, try to stay in the momentum, and then go from there.
And that's a club record, 17 away games without defeat. How impressed have you been with our consistency this season?
It's nothing that I think about, to be honest. Others may be impressed, but we just try to take every single game as a game that is a possibility for us to win. And this should be our standard. This should be our target, to go into every single game and try to win it. And obviously, we won a lot in the past, but we also lost. So it's always about trying to do your best and trying to be the best possible version of yourself. And if we are able to do that, I think we have always really good chances to win games, and that's probably also a reason why.
And finally, after the international break, we're into the most important part of the season. What do you want to see from the team in that stage?
The same things that we have done in the last few weeks, in the last few months. Nothing else, to be honest, nothing special. So just try to be in the same shape, in the same form. I know sometimes you have ups and downs, but that's why we try to stick all together, to support each other, to be there for each other, and that's important. We need to be a team. We need to stay all together, help all each other to win big games, and I wish that for the future, of course.
Thanks, Ilkay, and congratulations.
Thank you.
As always, a very open and honest Ilkay Gundogan, scorer of that first goal for Manchester City. Paul, let's talk about that interview, because the things he was saying, it's always forward, continue, keep it going. It's always very positive, and it feels like that's the mentality of not just Ilkay, but the entire team. Yeah,
look, it's hard for them not to be positive, the way they're playing at the minute, but you can tell he's very level-headed, but also very determined and got an unbelievable mentality, and I suppose he's saying all the right things. Maybe a lot of the City fans want them to come out and say that they're going to win this and win that, and that's the target. But it just shows you that the squad are so focused and got their feet in the ground, because they know what they've got ahead of them. I mean, they could go down in history as a squad, and they'll know that as well. But they also know that it takes one or two bad games and it's all blown out the window, then the opposite can happen.
Now, focus is a word that I want to use, because when you listen to Ilkay talk, he is so focused. He's talking about the future, he's talking about that next game, but he feels so in the moment as well, like he is enjoying it. And I think that is something about this squad as well. They seem to be enjoying themselves. Yeah,
I think they understand that they're living an incredible moment. They're winning so many games. Every time they go out and play football, they're so much better than the opposition that it must be a joy to play in. And you can hear it in his interview when he's saying, I hope everyone comes back fit and healthy after the thing, because he knows they're on the cusp of something amazing. If they come back, everything goes well, and they get going again after the thing, you've got potentially 3 cup finals and a league to win. So it's so exciting for them, and it's great for us being able to watch it and be part of it. So fingers crossed they all come back fit and healthy.
It was brought to our attention and Ilkay's that it was another record smashed, 17 away wins. It's just what we do, Paul. It's just what we do.
Break records left, right and centre. It was brilliant what Dunne said there, and what Ilkay said was that it was a genuine plea that everybody comes back safe and well from international duty. The last international break, a lot of clubs really suffered, so just got to reiterate that as well.
Yeah, it's so nice to hear Ilkay Gundogan talking so open and honestly. And you guys at home, well, you've been doing the same on social media. Yes, using that hashtag WNRH, and we want to hear from you. Some of you that have done that, we've got John Ashley, all right, says, come on, Man City. He's got my favourite Manchester City kit of recent. Yeah, the Hacienda-inspired kit right there with the family, all looking very nice. I hope you're celebrating that win as a family right there. Then we've got Zeko70. I think, is it Zeko? No, maybe it's the same. Spelt differently. Sounds the same, all right. Hashtag we're not really here. Match day with my Pride official P. Dickov signed shirt. He's got your shirt on the wall right there. I've still not got one of those, Paul. I need to talk to you about that one.
Not either.
Oh, yeah. And then we've got Poppy, who's got at Man City, a big blue love heart with that hashtag WNRH with your dog before. And Poppy, I know that you've tweeted a picture of your dog in the scarf. It's the celebratory 125-year scarf as well. And last time you let us know what breed the dog was. It's just so cute, so cute. And I think it's got a City kit on itself right there with its tongue out. Very cute. That's all Man City fans right now, loving life. And then we've got Carl, who tweeted us before. He's tweeted us again to say, yes, 2-0 Super City, KDB, get in there. Wembley, here we come again. Thank you so much for everyone for getting involved. It is so great to hear from you. I just want to jump on that point that Carl's just said. Wembley again. It feels like it is our second home, Richard. It is so great that we get to spend so much time there. We've had some incredible moments at Wembley. Thank you, Paul. But it feels like over the last few years, it's just become our second stadium.
Yeah, and a record there has been really good as well. When you play at Wembley, it's one of those places you never want to lose at. You want to. You can enjoy the experience when you go there and you win, but if you go there and you lose, it's not nice. And it's fortunate that City have enjoyed some great days now.
They have indeed. Now, we also asked you to get involved with our mystery blue, all right? And a lot of people did tweet in using that hashtag WNRH, all right? Did you get it right? Let's have a look who it is. Now, we were all talking about it here in the studio. I was very quick to jump to conclusions. Who I thought this was. Oh, all right. Wow, okay. I did not expect that before. We had David Samir, we had Maicon, we had Yaya Toure, who was my choice right there. Paul, you went for Yaya as well. You didn't go for Wilfred Bonny, though.
That's just surprised me. I'm like you there. I was a little bit shocked.
I'm the only one who got it right then.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, okay. I mean, I did not expect that one at all, but thank you and well done to everyone who did get it right. Wilfred Bonny, who would have thought, except for Darryl, who's working behind the scenes, I could see the smile on his face before. He's the one who made it. Right, we need to talk about the future. Moving on, it is an international break. We heard from Ilkay Gundogan. He pleaded that all the players come back safe. Do you think it's the right time for all the players to take a little bit of a break and then they can come back, Paul?
Look, the players will tell you that they probably want to keep playing. The next game, next Premier League game, they've got the Dortmund game coming up. So, no, I think it's from the players' point of view. It's the wrong time to go away, and it's a strange time for me, really, for them to go away in international duty. Yeah, it feels like that with such a big run into the end of the season and how busy the schedule has been as well, Richard. Throwing these games in, I understand it because it's World Cup qualifiers. You need to see the squads before Euros, possibly as well for some of the teams that will be involved in there. But for City fans, I just want to continue this run.
Yeah, that's it. You miss it, don't you? You miss the Premier League, the FA Cup. You miss all those games, and I don't think it's the right time myself to be having international games. There's 18 months to the World Cup so they can squeeze it in somewhere else. But it's going to happen. It's going to go ahead, and all we can do is hope that they all continue their good form and come back ready to go again.
Definitely, and I want to echo the words of Ilkay Gundogan. Please come back safe, every single one of you. No injuries. We do not want any of those in the running to finish in what could be an incredible season. Let's have a look at the next 5 fixtures, all right, for Manchester City. After that international break, we come back on Saturday, April the 3rd, all right, with Leicester away, and then it's all attentions turn into the Champions League. Yes, we've got that huge game against Borussia Dortmund right there, a game that could define Manchester City's season on the 6th of April, and then it's back to Premier League action at home against Leeds on the 10th of April, and then once again 4 days later it's back to Champions League action, the second leg to Borussia Dortmund, and then it's Aston Villa away on the 17th of April, and I'm going to throw another one in there as well, because why not just after that? Yes, we've got the Carabao Cup final on the 25th of April, so it's going to be a very, very busy few weeks, but Paul, it could be so exciting just talking about those fixtures. Leicester, they're flying high, Champions League as well, we know how exciting Leeds have been, and then Villa, they're flying high again, and Spurs, a chance of silverware.
Yeah, it's brilliant though, but you know, in a big 5 or 6 weeks, you know, Leicester obviously looking to cement a Champions League place. Then the 2 games against Dortmund I can't wait for. They throw in Leeds into the equation, who play fantastic, attractive football, Villa flying, and then another cup final. Yeah, it should be a very exciting few weeks, but Rich, it's going to be very tough, isn't it, mentally and physically. Going back to what Ilkay said, the team though, they are prepared for it.
Yeah, they are prepared for it, and you look at the Dortmund games and wonder where will they be played. You know, they might be both in Hungary or wherever they were previously, so there could be a lot of travelling in there, and it's all about having that focus and concentration when you do get on the pitch.
Now, when we are looking at Manchester City's season, where we currently are, we do take a bit of a pause and a bit of a break for the international break, but I can't see Pep Guardiola taking a pause and a break, Paul.
No, he'll probably need one, because it's been that intense, but we all know what he's like. He'll be, just spoke about the next 5 games, he'll be already planning for them.
Right, well, there we have it. Manchester City progress through to the next round, the semi-finals of the FA Cup. That means we're in the last 2 of the Carabao Cup, the last 4 of the FA Cup, the last 8 of the Champions League, and we're 14 points clear in the Premier League as well. It's a great time to be a Manchester City fan. That's We're Not Really Here, done and dusted for another fixture, but we will be back after the international break. We'll see you there, and the best way we could leave you is with the words of the main man, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, well done. You had to be patient today. How important was that?
Yeah, be patient, because at the end it was really tough. Typical cup game away, quarterfinals, so incredible, aggressive in a good sense, defensive, and incredible pace up front with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, incredible in set pieces in the corners, good taker with Digne. Every throw is a corner. They are taller than us, so we defend really well, and the team continues, and I'm really impressed again what they have done. So 4 months, no break, no rest, every 3 days game, and yeah, now we have a little bit break to enjoy these moments, and after that start again against Leicester.
Did you always feel that goal was coming? And when you see the young goalkeeper deny Raheem with that save, did you think, it might just be one of these days we can't find a way through?
Important is that we don't concede another clean sheet in the last 3 games. That is important, because we had a period that we could not do it, and Raheem had a good chance, but it was a good, incredible save for the keeper. And about the last 10-15 minutes when Riyad came in and Kevin, we felt that, wow, we put an extra will, an extra rhythm, and after, you know, the goal and the second one, and we won.
We keep talking about Ilkay Gundogan, 16 goals.
Yeah.
Keeps being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, to score a goal you have to be there. So if I think the commit for Jaime, I think Jaime shoot the ball. If you are not there, you do not score a goal. To score a goal, you have to revise in front of the keeper in the final third. And he has the sense in the right tempo arrive, and a good finishing. So yeah, it's a fantastic, extraordinary player, and yeah, we're happy to these numbers. Hopefully we can continue.
Have those numbers surprised you in any way, Pep?
A little bit, yeah, of course. Attacking midfielder, can play as a holding midfielder, score a lot of goals. So, yeah, we had a team like everybody's involved in everything. But today, I feel how aggressive he was in actions. He shot 4 or 5 times, and in general, the team was really good. We spoke up before the game. This will be one of the toughest games we're going to play, and all the games left ahead of us. So we knew it. So is Carlo, like is a manager, like how has to play these kind of games, and they were incredibly aggressive. And I saw the warm up they have done, and they shout and they communicate and they high five and talk and talk and talk. And when you see the warm up in that way, it's because they are ready. And we knew it. They have all week to prepare this game. We were in Budapest in the midweek, not much time, but again the team was incredible focus. We conceded no chances, and at the end we are in semi-finals again.
Wembley again,
Yeah.
4 fronts, 4 competitions. How exciting could these last 10 weeks be, Pep?
But honestly, it's an incredible achievement arriving this stage with, especially in the Premier League, in the position that we are, and they are in the position. So in this period, 4 months, we play every 3 days, 4 days, no rest. So we could not enjoy every game, because after 3 days, another one, after 3 days, another one. Now it's time to say, okay, now is to take a break. We're going to celebrate what we have to do it, what we have done these 4 months since the London international break to this international break. We play, 39 games, I think so. We won 34. So it's incredible, the results and what we have done. So we lost 2, we drew 3. One of them in Oporto away when we already qualified for the Champions League. And every game we compete, and that's why it's time to celebrate. And after that is Leicester. We lost 1-5 in our home away, so they know we're going real tough, but one game at a time, and after we will see what is able to do.
Very well done again today.
Thank you.